Welcome in, wonderful people of the world. I'm doing a birthday reading for the date of March 2nd. It's called, from the book called The Secret Language of Birthdays. It's sort of the personality of the day you're born on. Gary Goldschneider and Joost Elfers are the authors. And month of March, day 2, 10 to 12 degrees in Pisces, Pisces 1, and your immutable water sign. And there's some interesting people born on this day, like Mikhail Gorbachev. You guys probably remember him. I do. Last Soviet president with his birthmark here. Very interesting. Sam Houston, U.S. General, first president of Texas Republic. Wonder if that's why they named Houston Houston. I don't know. Someone that we all, very famous, Dr. Seuss, Theodore Seuss. Geisel, I'm not sure if that's pronounced that way. Bunch of people. John Bon Jovi, we know him. You can read some of these other people here. So, there's Dr. Seuss. He looks very interesting. All right. So, March 2nd, the day of undying loyalty. I love how subtle the picture is, but so powerful. Two locks combined, very powerful. Like that. All right, let's begin. The highly dependable individuals born on March 2nd display an unusually strong sense of loyalty, which can manifest in relation to their family, friends, nation, or perhaps a higher cause. Those born on this day tend to hold the objects of their passion in the greatest esteem, even to grant it adoration or worship. Rarely, if ever, will they forsake their commitments once they have given themselves fully. But it is precisely their unswerving loyalty that can present problems for March 2nd people. It can be pretty uncomfortable at times for others to be the object of such feelings. In fact, care, concern, or devotion can both be a source of great security and inhibition to those involved with them. As parents, those born on this day may experience difficulties with sons or daughters who hold a contrary value system and wish to be free to go their own way. I think most parents struggle with that. More highly developed March 2nd people do not lock others into static roles, but allow for change in family, friends, and those they admire. Their loyalty is not conditional or something to provide themselves with a sense of security, but remains constant through the evolution of people and entities. Many March 2nd individuals go through periods where they devote themselves exclusively to their work. Particularly if this work is of a creative nature, they may block out everything else. This not only isolates them from those uninvolved in their efforts, but can make them one-track personalities. March 2nd people may overlook the fact that remaining open to varying experiences ultimately enriches their work. March 2nd people are often unable or unwilling to disentangle themselves from commitments when things begin going in a bad direction. Though in such no-win situations, they may still find a way to turn this around. The sacrifice required can be great. On the other hand, should everything ultimately fall apart, those born on this day are likely to move on fresh, perhaps to a completely new area of endeavor. Win or lose, they are secure in the knowledge that they have given their best. One of the most important challenges for March 2nd people is finding a balance between their need to develop more personal, individual goals, on the other hand, their desire to give themselves to more universal causes on the other. Did I read that right? Learning to deal with the here and now and to meet personal challenges is of the highest first priority for those born on this day. For only when their own house is in order will they be able to give their best to worldly or idealistic endeavors. Cool. I hope you guys maybe resonated with that or something like that. Anyways, so we have the number 2 here is your number, the moon, and Neptune. The sign for Neptune. So numbers and planets involved with your birth date. Those born on the 2nd of the month are ruled by the number 2 and by the moon. Those ruled by the number 2 often make good co-workers and partners rather than leaders, a quality that can help March 2nd people in their jobs and relationships. However, moon influences can also act as a brake on individual initiative and action, producing frustration. This is further enhanced by the moon having strong reflective and passive tendencies. When moon influences are combined in March 2nd people with the Neptunian qualities of Pisces, they can indicate a highly romantic, idealistic individual. However, those born on March 2nd must be careful not to allow their mental energy to be diffused or misdirected. They could be wary of spiritual groups which are overly solicitous. So in the tarot, the second card of the major arcana is the Priestess, shown seated on her throne, calm and impenetrable. She is a spiritual woman who reveals hidden forces and secrets, empowering those of us who heed her with that knowledge. Favorable qualities of this card are silence, intuition, reserved, and discretion. Negative traits are secretive, mistrust, and inertia. So your health advice. Those born on March 2nd must beware of living an overly fanciful life. All sorts of psychological problems can arise if they get out of touch with their practical concerns of the world. Structuring their lives and taking part in regular social as well as physical activities will help to ground them. All exercise of a team nature like competitive sports or of a social nature like workouts in a gym are strongly recommended. As far as their diet is concerned, March 2nd people do well to eat earthy foods, which may not be their favorites at all, such as grains, root vegetables, hearty soups and stews. That sounds great to me. Alcohol should be viewed with caution. All sorts of sensual activities with loved ones are recommended, as well as regular sexual expression. All right. So your advice is ground yourself in the activities of everyday life. Let your mind roam, but also try to be realistic about what you wish to accomplish. Don't neglect your own needs and development. Phasing out the ego might not be the proper direction for you. All right, and your meditation is God may not be so far away. All right, I like that. He's in our heart. God's in us. So your strengths are loyal, imaginative, and perseverant, and your weaknesses are out of touch, inflexible, and obsessive. Ooh. All right, you guys. Hope you enjoyed a little entertainment, a little read, a little knowledge, perhaps some fun and some laughs. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed again, and until we meet again, peace.